part 2 of my 2-part video series on my journey from Ullanbatar to Amsterdam in this 1986 German Army truck. And congratulations for getting this far. In this part we're doing a little kind of walk around Kazan, doing some proper touristy stuff actually, because we spent most of the first part just living the lives of some greasy Siberian truck drivers. So we look incredibly out of place once we get to all the pristine, clean Russian tourist towns and tourist attractions and things, but yeah, well, nobody seems to look twice at it too much, so it could be worse. Yeah, so do a little wander around Kazan. Spent a day in Moscow, which is absolutely lovely. Bought 2 glasses of orange juice, which came to 2,000 rubles, or roughly 20 quid, so that one still hurts, but it was lovely. I think we basically, this part, I think we basically just spent about 5 days. 5 days travelling from Kazan all the way to Amsterdam. It's quite brutal, but we still managed to find some time to enjoy ourselves. Almost a whole day in Moscow, but it meant a late finish that night, but it's alright. Latvian border was a complete calamity, but we got across. It's just kind of the way it is in this part of the world, unfortunately. Right, so there's no fancy mapping software or anything like that. Just literally just standing in the truck with a map and using my finger to show what we did. So, part 1, we go from Ullanbatar up to Ullanbatar, round Lake Baikal, which took ages because it's absolutely huge. I think, what, 4th biggest lake in the world or something like that? Deepest lake in the world. Then along the Trans-Siberian Highway, all the way up to Kazan. It's a momentous journey in itself, about 3,000 miles for that. And in part 2, what we do is we spend a day in Kazan, then we spend a day in Moscow, then we head up to the southern Latvian border, where we wait for about 9 hours and then announce it's closed, so we have to go way back to the northern border, then eventually get into Latvia after about 18 hours. Then we go to the site of the Great Escape, Stalag Luft Free, send it through Germany, all the way to Amsterdam, because I think I'd arranged to meet my girlfriend out at Amsterdam, so she landed in Amsterdam when we were about here. So we'd already pretty much run out of time by this point anyway, because it took us about 6 weeks to do the journey out. And we're now majorly on the tourist trail at Kazan, inside the old Kremlin complex, overlooking whatever that is. It's very Russian, whatever it is. Orthodox Church, the old city walls over there. And pretty. Fraser nodding his head in approval.
Yeah. A big urn thing. Yeah.
Giant bowl thing over there, I don't know what that does.
Cereal bowl. Filthy, they're not even trying to call us over to the restaurants.
No, they'll try and send us away. So we've gone from living in a bush for several months to this level of touristiness. Look at this.
I think we are the dirtiest people.
We're by far the filthiest people in this whole city. I changed my clothes and realised they're actually dirtier than the ones I had on, so that hasn't worked.
You looked at yourself and said, I'm in dirty clothes, and then put on dirtier clothes.
Yes, that's what I did. If we go under one of these bits under the umbrella though, in the shadow, people might not notice how dirty we are. Might get away with that.
I don't know my t-shirt is not that dirty, but I do.
My shirt is good.
I am just disgusting.
We look like we've lived out of a truck a month and a half.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, there you go then. Fine then. To be fair, we have covered nearly 14,000 miles.
Yeah. Well, but we've done really well.
Yeah, so far.
Pasta, pizza, grill and dessert.
Should we go there?
All of them up.
In there? Oh, let's go. Done. We are far too filthy to be here.
I'm dishevelled.
Yeah, I'm just dirty. Look how well finished it is. It's absolutely gorgeous. I mean, you went somewhere like, even somewhere like Italy or something, you'd have to go somewhere really quite extravagant for the whole street to be this well finished.
is it's all perfect and completely clean. There's nowhere like that in Europe, really.
No.
Apart from really posh places, maybe like Monte Carlo or something. I have absolutely no idea what's happening now.
I've been sightseeing in Kazan. Kazan? Quite nice actually. Oh my god. Out of nowhere it feels like 35 degrees. It's just ridiculous. Had a nice meal, some pizza, bit of company. I Uzbeked myself a bit. Jesus. I'll try and get out of this city now. Towards Moscow. Look at the big pool. Big toilet. Big scary Soviet bridge. Around. And here we are, having a well-deserved beer. But also, we've got to discuss where we're exiting Russia. Here we are, that's a bit better. Ooh. So, we are here, Moscow is there. That's a tank museum that we want to visit to annoy Dan. Also, this is the road we're going to be following. That's the border there into Latvia, the southern border. Or we can take the northern border, but it is a massive detour up here. If we go the southern one, we've heard that's really bad. It can take a day, maybe 2 days. Or the north. But I think what we're going to do, because it's right en route and convenient, we're going to take the south border crossing, but do it really early in the morning and hopefully get through in a civilized time, not take like a day or two or something stupid like that. Decisions. Let's hope it all goes well.
If it takes a day, we've got a fridge full of beer. Most of it we're going to be in no man's land, so it's fine.
8% beer as well.
We will figure it out. Jesus. How's the spicy noodles going?
Fine, I haven't got any hiccups at all. It's caught me off guard tonight.
How is it?
I was great. I really like it, yeah.
I feel like I need to get a defibrillator out. Because one of these hiccups is going to stop your heart.
We've got plenty more to go through as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're probably using this rate of success. I'm sure you'll survive that.
My bowels are going to hate me tomorrow.
I think the first service station we're going to stop at's going to hate you. Pretty sure the last one did. So
that was awful. I don't know what I did to deserve that. There's the lady. I walked out the cubicle and the lady came barging in and started spraying a toilet cleanse spray.
Just stabbed a tin of air freshener with a screwdriver, threw it in and slammed the door shut.
I don't know the Russian for sorry, but I should have done right then. Time to go.
And we will end this clip here before you die of the hiccups. To be fair though, I mean, if the hiccups get you before AIDS does, you've done alright. No, statistically, you've done pretty fucking well there. So.
The hiccups have now gone. Like that.
Are you sure?
I'm sure it's gone now. Done.
Another beautiful morning in Russia. I think this is the start of day, I don't know, 6? Yeah, something like that. I visited Kazan yesterday. So that's us at least 3,000 miles from where we started. I think we've got another 1,000 to go to the Latvian border. Like if that, I think 800 now. I did another 200 after we visited it yesterday. So it's not far away now, as long as we keep the thing working. I parked up over there last night over this scary floating bridge of death, but very nice security man came in the middle of the night, chased us away, just to the other side of it. Nicest chasing away I've ever had anyway. But beautiful morning. Tempted to jump in there to clean myself off, but it's actually quite fast flowing. There's a million mosquitoes as well. I think you can almost see them on the camera. It'll literally just be my bones left after about 1 minute. I'm getting knackered.
Morning check's done. Progress to be made. Oh, you managed to actually find real Coca-Cola last night. That's quite cool. Yeah. What a find.
Yeah, remember we read on the label, it came from Belarus.
Mm.
Yeah.
There we are then.
Going to take some pictures before we go.
Oh yeah. A picture taken. You can get down down the water down there as well.
Oh, okay.
If you go that way and turn right.
This is a surprisingly frequent problem. Ridiculous traffic.
Stop. Man is washing his flip-flops.
I see that. Stopped for lunch, hoping it would have cleared by the time I've had lunch. Nope, still here.
Still here. Supposed to be going to Moscow.
Yeah, the plan is to get to Moscow and go and see it this afternoon, but it doesn't look like we're going to get there before the evening now. So. Oh well, we'll figure that one out. Yeah, once we're at Moscow though, we're what? 400 miles from Latvia?
Yeah,
500?
Less than a day.
Oh, easily, yeah. I need to try and
Nice.
cross the border at night, so I guess set off from Moscow to Latvia, cross it in the middle of the night, so hopefully it won't take 2 days like other people have reported.
But here's another thought: if we set off early enough, we could actually go to the north one. It's just a pain in the arse to detour around, going north and then south again.
Yeah. Yeah, a wee bit. I don't know. We'll figure that one out. I do tend to think that the southern border, being the easiest to access, is probably going to be the biggest and best equipped.
It should be, yeah, it should be. But that Kyrgyzstan border that was out the way, that was really easy to cross.
Hmm. There was only 4 cars.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll see how it goes. Here we are at an incredibly cool Soviet aviation museum. As usual, it's closed, but still, see some cool stuff on the outside. I've tried bribing them to let us in, but apparently the CCTV cameras everywhere. Turned up with this, now he's on the phone. Never know, maybe it might cave and let us in.
That is another thing that we've come to visit randomly, and it's just not either been there or been open.
Yeah. Unless something's nailed to the ground, we can't see it.
Really, these are sort of nailed to the ground, but still, the only day that we come, it's closed.
Yes.
Morning, we are in Moscow, sort of, on the outer parts of Moscow. Had a shower, locked up, and we're heading into actual Moscow to see the Red Square and stuff, and see what's there. But for now, we're walking, actually doing some exercise with our legs. No, and we're going to try and find the metro thing. It's supposed to be quite pretty as well. But yeah, let's see how this goes. Some underground, which was quite interesting. Missed our stop because everyone was bunched together like a tin of sardines, and we were a bit too British. And we didn't push hard enough. So the next one we pushed hard enough and got out. Anyway, at a Kremlin, where Rasputin died, I think. And I think that's Putin's house over there somewhere. That's really kind of cool. He's having a lovely morning. Big church thing over that way. I'm going to take some really cool photos and go to the Red Square, because why not? Hopefully that military display is still on. Hell yes. And I've just seen a K11 Micro. That's really refreshing. Come to Moscow and get excited about a Micro.
Here we are on the Red Square. I don't know what's going on over there. Putin's house over there. I think there's some sort of parade thing or something going on at some point. It's in August the 23rd and September the 1st. This is Lenin's mausoleum, which is actually where Stalin used to stand for his speeches, just right up there. It's quite cool. I don't understand why it's all fenced up. Probably shouldn't be filming these guys walking by, but yeah. Excellent view from here. Just pan across. There's Putin's house.
Really wanted a selfie with Putin, but
St. Basil's Cathedral. Yeah, Fraser was
really
unsuccessful in getting a selfie with the man in charge.
It wasn't in, I don't think.
Yeah, you have to just have a go at that one next time. We're in this incredibly posh shopping centre in Moscow. Can't believe they actually let us in here. The state of us. Hey, look at the state of him. They actually let him in here.
I've got a hole in my shoe. I've got black marks on my shorts.
I don't think we could be any more out of place than we are right now.
I actually look like a hobo, but I got allowed in this place.
Thank God they've not got a doorman. Yeah. A fountain filled up with watermelon. I've never seen that before.
It's like being back in Senegal.
Yeah. Still can't believe they let us in here, but we just paid £20, 20 for 2 glasses of orange juice. It's the best orange juice I've ever had. But
It's still making me feel uneasy that I've spent 10 quid for 1 glass of orange juice.
yeah.
This is still very nice.
I love it. I think everything in here would be out of our budget. Literally everything, including oranges. It turns out that's also out of our budget. Nice though. Old-fashioned in a sort of charming way, not a kind of fake way. It's right in the Red Square as well. on my phone. This is one of the spectacular Moscow metro stations, and also the longest escalator I've ever seen.
It goes all the way down there, isn't it?
Well, it's the same again the other way.
Like the tunnels, don't they?
They do, yeah. I guess it's so deep so that they can cross over each other.
Yeah.
With the National Military Museum in Moscow. Like this stuff. Armoured train.
I like armoured trains.
Not a lot of those still in existence.
I like trains even more now. 1896, that was 120 ton.
Look at that
I
one.
don't even know if that's heavy for a train, but
I don't know, I've never actually weighed one. Yeah, it's horrendously rough. Quite cool stuff in here.
oh, that MiG is really cool.
So this place is well worth a visit. Just for how varied all the stuff is. And it's not just loads of the same thing. I don't know hardly anything about any of it, but still cool to see. This thing's cool.
Is that a big missile thing?
Yeah, missile carrier. And I'm sure I could figure out how to drive that.
Is that
How
a
hard?
missile?
Yes. How hard can it be to figure out how to operate this thing?
What would that thing take out? Like a whole country? It's massive. Whoa!
Quite a lot. I don't know what engines in it. It'd be absolutely huge.
Oh, so it's like a big sleeve thing. They put the missile in there and then...
Oh, then it fires out the big sleeve thingy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. There's a picture there where there's a couple of missiles in it. Oh, okay, that's kind of
Whatever
interesting.
that sign means.
It's probably ridiculously powerful, that thing.
Yeah.
And still ridiculously slow. Look at the size of the tires. That stabilizer thing is, look at the size of that. Yeah, I'm sure I could figure out how to drive that. Let's drive it home. We only use slightly more diesel than we're using already, so. This thing's cool. Such a cool variety of stuff in here. I bet this is fast.
It looks fast, doesn't it?
I don't know what it is or anything like that, but yeah. CY27 does 2,500 kilometers an hour. Lots. Fast. It goes fast. Muchos speed.
Yeah.
Here's a tank with a really big scary gun. I'm afraid this is the level of detail that you'll get with our tour, because we have absolutely no idea what that is.
But it's very loud and it hurts to get hit by it.
Yeah, you want to stay out of the way of that when that's in use.
I like this big rocket thing.
It's good advice there. It's probably like a kind of mobile artillery thing. There is an information plaque, but it's in Russian, which I don't know. MiG, scary missile, scary Soviet helicopter.
So we are sort of out of Moscow, aren't we? Sort of there, getting out of Moscow. We got back.
We're on this road all the way to Riga from Moscow.
Yeah, big road. And now we're in a big Soviet scary tunnel underneath the big river in Moscow, whatever that is. But yeah, I really enjoyed today. It's been epic. Really good, actually. Saw the Kremlin, Basil's Cathedral, a big museum as well with loads of MiGs in it and war stuff. At Mine Camp, it had that big eagle on top of the rock.
National Armed Forces Museum.
National Armed Forces Museum, that's where we went. Very cool. Recommend that. Massive, actually. Cheeky update in the scary Soviet tunnel. I bought myself another souvenir. Can you see that? Oh yeah, my t-shirts. I've got a Hammer and Sickle t-shirt. I'm gonna wear that. Hopefully get us to the border a bit quicker. Oh yeah. Yeah. Because we're not children.
Exactly.
Overgrown.
Yeah, and I'm leaving this in. So we're in the queue to get out of Russia.
Hello. That wasn't all filmed, was it?
Yeah.
We can cut that bit out.
4,000 mile stint through Russia nearly complete. We just have to make it another 100 meters over there. Apparently this border can take utterly forever. So
some people have taken 2 days. So
yeah, so
let's hope that isn't our case.
So here we are at 6:30. Stopped driving at 1 AM last night. Got 4 hours sleep in a filthy abandoned petrol station. Which we miraculously weren't raped, mugged or killed, so that was nice.
Well, that's because we locked the door.
Yeah, we locked the door.
To make sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Because that would be really inconvenient.
That would actually be quite annoying, to be honest. So we've avoided that happening. Excellent day wandering around Moscow yesterday.
Yeah, so wanted to have a selfie with Putin, but he wasn't in.
Yeah, but apparently that's not a service that he offers anymore.
It's a bit sad. It's probably because he's busy at the moment.
Yeah.
Doing paperwork or whatever he does.
Yeah. So saw some army generals.
Yeah, massive badges all the way across the chest. Whatever you call them. I call them badges. Yeah, so that was good. So Red Square.
Yeah.
Marching bands.
Incredibly cool place, so
yeah.
Glad we visited it.
Extremely expensive. We had the most expensive orange juice. I think we've already covered that actually, the most expensive orange juice.
Yeah, but it was such a traumatic experience paying 2,000 rubles, which is basically equivalent to 20 quid for 2 glasses of orange juice. I feel like that deserves to be mentioned twice. Very good though, but not quite 20 quid good. Not for orange juice anyway. But as usual, everybody we spoke to was lovely. What, Armenian guy? Lived in Rome for a couple of years.
Oh, the Armenian guy, yeah, he lived in Rome and now has lived in Russia for 10 years. Seems to be happy, so. Yeah. Well, everyone's very nice.
But right, we'll see how this goes. Apparently this can take the rest of our lives, or it might not be too bad. It'll probably take the rest of our lives, so.
It'll be 2025 by the time we get through.
Pretty much, yeah.
I've had enough of borders.
I didn't feel this. Well, this is the second last one.
Oh, second to last
Last one will be the one to get into the UK. They'll probably be a pain in the ass ones to steal the slightly tasty stamps on our passport. So.
Yeah, I'm going to wear my tasty new...
oh yeah, the Soviet t-shirt. Oh yeah, they'll love that.
T-shirt. I've got to have that.
To be fair, Keir Starmer will approve. And I better end this here. On what feels like day 6 of this queue.
I'm not a full-blown communism.
Well, it's what, 11 AM, so we've been here for 6-7 hours already.
I've been drunk for quite a few
hours. The beers have came out already. At current rate of progress, I could probably get completely paralytic drunk and I'll be sober enough by the time I reach that stop sign. To see that one there, that stop sign there, doesn't matter how much you drink, you'll be sober enough by the time you reach that. That's 12 hours away, yeah. I mean, I could easily walk over there.
To put it into sort of perspective, this queue moves every 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Now this queue has moved once since we've been here, since about 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
No, 6. We're here since 6.
Yeah. Lorries they've been moving relatively frequently. I don't know if we can just try and pretend and be a lorry. We might get away with that. You never know.
I should take this time to show off my Hammer and Sickle t-shirt.
It's quite a statement, isn't it?
It does. I should take it off when I get to Lithuania.
Yeah. If you're not careful, people might mistake you for a liberal who's never actually been anywhere Soviet.
Oh, that's a lie.
He likes the idea of free stuff, but conveniently glosses over the poverty and starving to death issue.
Oh, don't worry about that. I do really like free stuff. I'm not gonna lie. Anything's free, it's the best thing in the world.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Especially if we get to skip this fucking queue.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You might have to bleep that bit out if it's going on YouTube.
Yeah, maybe. So you just go to the front of the queue with that t-shirt on, see if they'll let you by.
I now know.
Excuse me.
Well, no, the queue hasn't really
I
grown.
might do another update in another 6 hours. I'm hoping in 6 hours time we'll probably be at least there. Yes, it's there.
Just over that way.
Yeah,
there,
just where that white van is. It's in front of
like
us.
50 metres away.
Yeah, that would be stellar progress compared to what we've had so far.
Drink vodka and drink beer.
I don't drink all the beer. I need some for later.
No, not all the beer. Just enough so this thing surfs past. I can surf on a wave of beer after beer.
Fair enough. Oh god. Okay, well,
What's the size of that tank?
we'll update this in 6 hours time when we're hopefully over there.
They are just nuts.
Yeah, so this is our life now. Sitting on a chair as the freight queue goes by, and our queue just sits in exactly the same spot.
For those who have never done a big border crossing like this, usually it's the cars that go first, then the freight. The freights could be sent for days. It turns out we could be doing that right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is going to take 12 hours or 48 hours. It's going to be that rough.
It's going to be horrendous.
It's okay because I've got really strong beer and I'm actually quite drunk. It's only, what time is it?
I don't know. The camera's on. I can't. It doesn't give you the clock on the camera. Yeah, about 11 or something. Yeah. This is day 12 of the border queue. Fraser's already reached the point where he started.
I'm going to lose my mind in this queue.
Reached the point of insanity. He started wearing a tinfoil hat, and also no shirt. Can't remember when that disappeared.
Fake man.
But that's something which has happened.
I got told off for wearing a Soviet shirt. It is actually quite hot in here.
I mean, you can go outside. It's alright out here. I've got so bored I'm going to wash some of my filthy dishevelled clothes.
I got distracted by vodka, beer,
You
and
drunk most of that bottle of vodka, for God's sake.
So I started at 8 AM.
That's alright for you.
It's not too bad, I'm taking it easy.
Yeah, that's a late start for you today. So, situation report. We closed the border that we sat outside for 9 hours due to construction. All the traffic stopped. Completely uneventful. Borders cars walked out. So we're currently driving around 200 kilometres to the next border. Google Maps is making us smooth us over, trying to get us to cross Latvia and then leave the border and back out again. Found this nice shop that we saved for you. Fridge just past them passenger seat, so this will be good. How are you feeling after last night?
Sure, it's very rare I wake up. Can I say pissed off on YouTube?
Yes, yes. Still pissed off from the event the night before. All in from when we arrived at the first border, that took 18 hours.
The Latvian border lady was tested all my patience, every atom of my body.
Yeah, as usual. Russians lovely. Everything's straightforward, not a problem at all. First border closed, waited there about 9 hours. Border closed, a bit inconvenient. Ended up using a dirt track to cut out a whole load of driving to get across to the next one. So it actually didn't really take that long. Hour and a half, including a fuel stop to use up most of the rubles, so not too bad. Got to the next one, the more northern border. Just drove straight in. That was quite easy. I had to pay 11 quid for something, no idea what that was for. They were quite thorough, searched all, wanted all the bags and stuff out of the thing. The guy searching it was absolutely determined to find something. I've never seen anybody, he was genuinely starting to get stressed trying to find something. It's like, we're not actually, yeah, oh you did, yeah, I was actually considering buying some drugs or something just so I could find it, as the man was really putting his heart and soul into that. He was unscrewing panels and everything.
And he couldn't get 2 screws out.
No, he couldn't get any of the screws out because they're into metal. So he removed one of the wooden panels, which is plywood backed up there. So that was.
At least he was a decent chap.
That was pointless. Yeah, he put it back and everyone even tightened it as it was. It was a little bit loose before. He just put it exactly as it was before. So fair play to that. That's easy enough. Never bothered interviewing us. Made us wait for a while for an interview, but we just went to bed, switched the lights off at the front of the queue where they asked us to wait. Then about an hour later, after a surprisingly deep sleep, they came and got us, passport stamped, and just told us to go. So happy days there. Then when we got to Latvia, oh dear.
Oh, what a car crash.
Oh, what a disaster. That is the worst border experience of my entire life. You're not allowed jerry cans containing diesel, but if you turn up at the border with a jerry can containing diesel, you're not allowed to put the diesel that you own in your tank. What they asked me to do was I was to go back into the no man's land between Latvia and Russia, which is pretty much non-existent.
Yeah, there is.
If you look at how much no man's land there is, there's about that. It's not really how borders work. You can't get stamped in a country then just wander back over into the no man's land. I don't think anybody's thought of that rule. So you're supposed to go back out into no man's land, then give your diesel away to somebody else, but they're allowed to import it. It's fine if somebody else imports it, but you're not allowed to import your own diesel that you had in cans. I did point out this is the stupidest rule I've ever heard. Said they didn't think of the rules, but it's like, well, clearly nobody has. Absolutely nobody has.
She was, this border woman as well, she was probably the biggest hard piece of work that we've ever met at a border.
Oh yeah, that's the most...
Determined to make everything difficult.
We had an argument about how to draw a number 7 as well. Her 7's had a line through it, mine didn't. I point out that it's the same as the 7 on the calculator that she was waving around.
And she was very frustrated that you wrote an English word that she's never heard of before, even though you're English and that's your first language.
I had to write an explanation for why I brought a 20-litre can of diesel into Latvia. So I wrote that in a proper good old English. Got a good paragraph out of it because I knew that she had to type it back out. Then she just started questioning all of the word orders and stuff. It's like, I'm the one who speaks English here.
And then all our food
You're a border guard. You need to translate for the word cheese. Come on, don't teach me how to speak English. I had to chuck out all the ration packs as well. Even though it was all in sealed containers, stamps, made in Denmark, and we bought it in the EU, you're not allowed to import it in the EU because it's been in Russia. I don't actually think that's entirely correct. I think this person's just gotten a little bit...
Unfortunately, those ration packs were actually really nice, and it was all full of chicken. So that's the one English word she really knew by the end of the night was chicken.
Yeah, she was good at chicken.
That's to chuck away a good... I don't know how much money's worth that was. It's
Oh, probably 60 quid's off or something.
Something like that, yeah. It's actually quite depressing.
Yeah, so...
And the vodka as well. Oh, no. Vodka's fine to bring into the country, but if it's Russian vodka, no.
Yeah, you're allowed to import vodka, but not if it's Russian vodka. But that same rule doesn't apply for food. You can't import food even if it's clearly not Russian food.
So I went into the back with two presents that I wanted to give to family and friends, and poured it into a water container, and that was it. So
yeah,
she can have that.
It was just like a 4-hour argument. We obviously just put the diesel in the tank. I just reversed the end of the car park, poured it in the tank, and then what was left in the jerry cans I couldn't fit in the tank, I just poured on the grass. So done. Grabbed a big handful of ration packs and just chucked them around the back. So we've still got a couple of them left, but.
What was the other one as well?
She just loved it. Oh yeah, she threatened to kick us out to Russia at one point. It's like you can't actually do that. Well, what if my visa's not got? What if my visa doesn't allow for more entries? Now, I'm pretty sure you can't just threaten to kick somebody out of a Schengen zone because they have 20 litres worth of diesel. I don't know the international law on this, but I'm pretty sure that's not how borders work.
I'm pretty sure she doesn't know how borders work.
No.
Nightmare of a woman, honestly.
Yeah, she even spent ages arguing that we tried to wait until we went in a ranty mood about this. This is quite amount of time later. We're still hacked off about this. Yeah. Had a good 5-minute argument that 6.3 litre cans isn't 3.5 litre.
She was trying to do on a calculator. We had 6 cans of beer, and she was determined to work out that we had more than was allowed to be brought into the country.
But then it turns out the allowance is like 16 litres or something. So that whole exercise is just completely and utterly pointless.
So she was on the calculator, and I don't know what she did or if she's ever used a calculator before, but she ended up with 3.5 litres from 6 cans.
Yeah.
So, no, come here. 0.3 times 6, 1.8.
Yeah,
Have
so
you been to
1.98
school? So this is how our rant-infused morning has come about.
As I said, we didn't do a video last night because we were really ranty about this, but this is after a surprisingly solid 7 hours sleep in this beautiful Lithuanian farmer's field. Well, not even farmer's field. Well, there's a little lake over there and everything. We're still on a ranty mood about this. This is our longest video.
It's a ranty mood, but it was actually quite funny looking back at it.
Yeah.
And that's what all the
Yeah, we'll have a laugh about this in the future. But
oh, definitely having a laugh.
It just...
Very, I don't...
Just the irony is like you leave big, scary, controlling Russia, and come into the EU and get all your stuff confiscated.
No.
The most ridiculous rules I've ever heard with regards of importation of fuel.
Yeah, I understand with ferries, because that's a thing in Europe now, you're not allowed to take a small, jerry cans full of fuel.
Yeah, it makes, I mean, I've heard of this. Yeah, I've heard of this on sea borders. You're not allowed jerry cans of fuel or the Channel Tunnel, which makes sense. That's a safety issue.
I think it's because it was coming from Russia, and she believed that the diesel was Russian, but I don't think it was.
I think it was Georgian or something. It might even have been red diesel, but we'll not go into that. So she'll not have known what that was. No. So thank God for that.
I don't even know how to calculate it. Never mind red diesel.
No, it's the fact that it's in the cans. Right. If you have diesel in cans, you're not allowed to put that in your own tank. You have to give that to somebody else.
Yeah.
This is actually how she explained it. So I asked what I was supposed to do with it when I go into the no man's land. Tip it on the ground. No, apparently you have to give it to someone else. They can put it in their tank and they can come in. I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to do that. So.
Well, she was very angry that I poured away the vodka.
Yeah.
So I just poured some water on the ground and said, that's it.
Yeah.
And she was very angry about that. Because obviously it's easy to just put it in water.
Then we got diesel all over the step. And
I've got diesel all over me as well.
Threw it in there in the dark at the end of the car park and pretended we did what she wanted us to do with it. But she didn't question that. Surely she knew that we've just ignored.
I was just making life difficult. We came after the
open again. Then the second time she inspected it, she missed the other 2 cans of diesel again.
God.
Thank God for that. I would just pour it down the drain at that point. Just, there you go, pour it on the ground. Oh, I've dropped it. Oh, I've accidentally stabbed it with a screwdriver, now it's leaking everywhere. Sorry, my bad.
There's just a question about... So I think, if you're going from Russia to Latvia, don't bother.
Yeah, just stay in Russia. Just stay in Russia. If you can get a full-time visa for Russia, just stay there. It's great. Absolutely great. Freedom of speech, better than it is at home.
If you go to the southern border, you're going to die of old age.
Yeah.
If you go to the northern border, you're going to lose your mind with stupidity.
Yeah.
So try and find another way.
Yeah, I think if you're doing this, go through Estonia. Yeah, or all the way back through Georgia. I've heard the Estonian one's fine. Southern Latvian border, the only time the queue moved forward, I think the people in their cars died of old age, but because they were in a Volkswagen T4 or something, it fully rotted away, so then all the other cars were able to drive over the dust, which is why the queue moved forward. It's not actually they let anybody in, it's just the people died and they were there so long that the vehicle rotted away.
And I think they are still building the border, but I think the T4 thing's probably more important.
Yeah. Yeah, they're doing quite a lot of construction, right? They finished in the southern one, so it's quite efficient.
The Russian officers are great. They told us to turn around and go for the northern one because you're going to be here forever.
Yeah, it was. They did. They went out of their way. They walked quite far from the border complex just to come and tell everybody that. So.
You can tell with the Russians, they are just people.
Yeah.
Not big, scary Russians at all.
Yeah.
Apart from that Latvian lady, border control, who wasn't a person.
No, she's European techno, wasn't she?
It's just definitely not a human at that point.
But no, all the Russian people, they were human, and not like the stereotype at all.
Oh, no.
We've got a replica of Joseph Stalin's hat in here. Even the kind of bigger, higher ranking people at some of the military checkpoints just slap that thing on their head, then just want to go show the other officers them wearing a replica of Stalin's hat. There was always quite a lot of giggling whenever the military people and stuff were in the truck with us inspecting it. They actually are all great. They're so not like the stereotype.
They wanted to pretend to drive it and everything.
Yeah. Oh yeah. One of them, he was quite high ranked. I'm sure he was, he was the top brass at one of the big military checkpoints, sitting in the driver's seat pretending to drive. They've all gone away with. We've brought about 100 stickers and stuff of us at the truck. I think most of them we've given to Russian military people. They just love it. They wanted souvenirs and everything.
Yeah, I like Russia, but I don't like getting...
Absolutely love Russia. Absolutely love the people. Arrived back in Europe and it's just an immediate come down with just stupid rules and...
Right.
Anyway, we're going to try and drive to Stalag with free today.
With fuel that's 3 times more than Russia, but oh well.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah. The fuel prices here, €1.50. It was basically 3 times what we were paying in Russia. The sandwich from a petrol station is about 3 or 4 times more expensive. Right, onwards.
Let's go.
We're headed straight towards Warsaw in a German army truck. That has happened before at some point in history.
I don't think we'll be able to do it on one tank though.
No. Yeah, I don't know why they haven't worked on that. Should have been within the design. Should have been in the design brief. Has to be able to go from Berlin to Warsaw in a tank. Just like what happened last time. Not actually far from the Polish border. It is weird being back in Europe.
It is weird. Very expensive.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It feels 3 times more than it was in Russia. Just about to do the roughest oil change in history. I don't have a filter. Got a whole lot of 4-litre bottles of oil. But, well, we're better for it. I think we're already a chunk over the service interval, so only got 1,000 miles to go, so it'll be a lot better for it, even if it's rough. Roughest oil change in history in gate. Oh shit. Oh god. Here's something that we did not miss about Europe. What is the purpose of this? We're at Stalag with free. This is where the famous Great Escape occurred. This is the route of the tunnel. Yeah, I guess that's an original guard tower location. And they put these kind of concrete things in just to mark where it was. So I went from the hut thing over there. The idea was it was to come out in the tree line, but it came out just short, sadly. But anyone that doesn't know the history on this, 80 people managed to escape from the POW camp successfully. Last 4 got caught just as the sun started coming up. I mean, good effort, because it's sandy soil as well, so there's actually quite a complicated operation digging a tunnel here. I'm not sure how long they were at it for, but you can't see it that well, but the soil is just sand, so as they were digging it basically constantly collapsed down on them, so they had to use all the bed slats as internal supports inside it just to support the sand. So it was really, really unstable ground, the worst ground for what they were trying to do. But seriously good effort doing that in secret. Such a shame it's just short of the tree line, but oh well. Probably hard to tell where you are from underground though.
Yeah.
We've finally crossed back into the west. We've just crossed the old division between East Germany and West Germany. Watchtowers and stuff. The history of the former DDR, Soviet Union, following the Second World War. So all that time, all the way from here to here, 5,000 miles, all former Soviet Union. We've gotten really touristy now. The suffering for the time being has ceased. We're in Amsterdam.
Drinking beer.
Drinking beer and eating chips.
Which aren't there anymore, but oh well, because we ate them.
We picked up a hitchhiker, but she's away to the toilet. Yeah, what did we do? 510 miles yesterday after the Great Escape place without stopping. And today we've done about 200 feet. Yeah.
Bliss.
Hitchhiker has arrived back. Hello, hitchhiker. Do a little video here. Just had a fantastic tour of this windmill. parked illegally outside it. Guy invited us in. He even gave us a go operating it. The new weirdest thing I've operated. Lovely place. Nice guy as well. Yeah, I think it goes under that. Yeah, it's in that bubble.
Okay. You ready to move 15 tons?
Yeah. Yeah, hold
Can't
that.
wait.
Let's
Let's
go.
go at 16 tons.
Oh, sorry, I didn't.
You can watch the flag, but you can also, what we do a lot is you stand here.
So you can
feel the wind.
you feel it on your face.
Yeah.
Oh, I do want to feel it. Oh yeah, we've got it.
Yeah.
Hang on, what's the wind direction? Wind is there.
Yeah.
So we want a couple more degrees then.
Yeah, I can see.
I think about 0 degrees there.
It's so cool.
That's really cool.
Move the chains over here.
Still getting good. It picks up with some momentum. That's quite good.
Nice to tell.
Here's Megan going for a swim in her clothes. Not really sure why. She's actually going to swim, or just paddling.
I've got the feeling this beach is actually surprisingly shallow. She's going to be walking a long way. Come on, the sun's set now. You're not even waist deep.
People are going to start speaking in English before she even gets to the deep part.
There's going to be an officer asking for a passport before she gets head deep.
Here, Big Ben. Yeah, she's about knee deep now.
I should have just gone out there.
Yeah, she's probably about 150 metres away.
definitely.
It's about knee deep now, so.
Turns out you've got a really far super lens on. That's about 1 kilometre now.
Yeah. Oh no, she's almost up to her clothes that she's wearing. She's still going. You can't even see her on the camera screen anymore. She's gone that small. There's a dot in the middle somewhere. Oh, she's actually swimming now. In her clothes. I was going to swim in the morning. When I'm prepared, when I'm dressed for it.
Person.
Yeah, when I'm dressed for it, yeah. Hear that hitchhiker we picked up earlier? That's the camera. I don't know what she's doing.
Camera's the wee guy. The smiley face of the heel.
Yeah. There's a lot of noxious fumes coming out of it for a smoothie factory.
Do you mind? I would prefer if I was not filming.
Well, we're making a YouTube video.
I don't need to be in that. I'm not part of the
Yeah,
thing.
you're the mascot.
I'm not.
Face it, the Titanic would have been a shit film without the ginger chick, so. Yeah.
I'm not ginger. Dan can be a female.
So you're the ginger chick in the Titanic. We didn't even do this is what she did at the front. Here we are about to board our final ferry with our new mascot. Hello mascot. Still the camera mascot, you'll get us more views.
No, I just know you'll delete the video, so it's fine.
Oh no, this is totally going on YouTube.
No, it's not.
This is going to be the cover of the video.
It's going to be the intro.
Yeah, the intro, yeah. Final ferry. Done 16,282 miles. Back to England after this. Oh. More footage of the mascot.
It's not a very delightful thought, actually.
Here we are, sadly, very nearly back in the UK.
Look how miserable that looks.
Oh, I know, compared to where we've been, Jesus Christ. Everything over there costs a fortune. Like, unjustifiably expensive.
Watch the channels in here.
Yeah, no, I've gotten used to all the freedom of speech in Russia, so this is going to be difficult now.
Full of scum and villainy, as part of Star Wars said.
Yeah. Filter what we say now. No, Well, every trip we always hate this part.
Once you've been on a big trip, every time you come back into Britain, it's actually quite depressing seeing it again. Coming back into normal life and actually adapting how you were. Because all we've known for 2 months is travel, get up, 6 o'clock in the morning, drive, go to bed, get drunk. But actually getting drunk every single day isn't normal yet.
No.
Says your GP.
It's going to take us, it almost takes us months to adjust back to normal life after these trips. You'd even.
Yeah.
Oh well. It's not going to be the end of the video series. We've got a flat tyre on the front of the truck, so we'll need to deal with that next. But well, we'll get there.
Hope it gets back to home then.
Yeah, put some air in it in the queue and figure it out. I've got a spare, so swap some around, put the least scary one on the front, and then we should be good. It's fine, don't worry about that. And he's literally just home, and Fraser's already on a side project. I'm actually curious if it will fire. I imagine it will. Fuel pump sounds quite strong. That was easy.
Yeah, well, loyal. Yeah, sorted. I've got a car that works.
Well, hey. Tyre's flat, but it's only been sitting, what, 2 months, so fair enough. Yeah, that's fine, you don't need to worry about that. I think it's supposed to not have any air in it, that's fine.
Well, this is the end of my little 2-part video series. Congratulations for making this far. As you've seen, we're back in the UK. Even though it's sunny, now I'm actually in Scotland. This doesn't happen very often. Another 4-part video series of the journey out to Ullanbatar. And on that trip, we basically did about 10,300 miles. Something like that anyway. So all the way from Scotland to the end of England, through Europe, through the Balkans, into Turkey, round into Georgia, Russia, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan again, a little hop through Russia, Mongolia, then a good old chunky distance through Mongolia up to the Kazan monument. Mongolia was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be actually. It was paved the whole way, but still quite interesting. It just meant we had to try and find more interesting camp spots to try and make it interesting. But yeah. It's going to take me ages to put that together, but I'll get there eventually. So it's a long, boring winter in Scotland, so got plenty of time to put that together. As I say, thanks for watching, and I hope you watch the series on the way out. It's going to be even more interesting. So coming up next in our outward journey series, Fraser tames a bird, we visit a scary Soviet airbase, I jump in the sea, we get stuck in some sand, Fraser has a hangover, we visit a pretty lake, drive up a mountain, scare some camels, and find a strange homemade tank thing.